Hello, committee members. My name is Samantha Shapiro, and I'm a project manager in the City Manager's Office. Today, I will be presenting the updates to the Citizen Advisory Group bylaws. The recommendation is that the Finance and Governance Committee recommend that the City Council adopt a resolution incorporating modifications to the existing Citizen Advisory Group uniform bylaws. In 2019, the City Manager's Office began meeting with CAG chairs and staff with an intention of providing support to improve the overall effectiveness and efficiency of all the CAGs, including potentially redefining and realigning CAGs with council priorities. The meetings led to a series of topics that the chairs and staff liaisons felt would be beneficial to increase their effectiveness. The first priority in this effort was creating uniform bylaws. Prior to this, each CAG had a different set of bylaws that conflicted with one another and at times the city code. Bylaws were drafted and approved by each CAG in 2020, but with the COVID-19 pause, staff had the CAGs approve these again in March 2022. On June 21, 2022, the City Council adopted the uniform bylaws which apply to the following CAGs: the Community Relations Commission, Cultural Arts Commission, Commission on Homelessness, Parks, Recreation and Community Services Commission, and Senior Services Commission. The 2022 bylaws include a provision for each CAG to review and make recommendations on any needed changes to these bylaws. Any changes to the bylaws require approval of the City Council. To comply with this article, the bylaws were reviewed on an agenda for each of the 5 CAGs and no recommended changes were provided. The City Manager's Office facilitated a meeting with CAG chairs on September 27, 2023, in which 2 of the 5 active CAG chairs participated. The following changes were presented and approved. These directly respond to various challenges or situations that have occurred since the adoption of the uniform bylaws. Inclusion of language regarding council member appointments by district to match the city code and highlight the importance of having CAG members representing each city council district. A provision that requires each CAG to elect officers no later than the second scheduled meeting of the year, or that the CAG may be placed on hiatus until volunteers are identified. This is responsive to the 2023 Commission on Homelessness situation, where officers were not elected until August due to a lack of volunteers until additional members were appointed. Amendments to allow for special meetings to take place in the event of a tour of city facilities or for meetings. This is in response to the Parks, Recreation and Community Services Commission special meeting of a parks tour around the city in September 2023. A clarification that the ad hoc committees serve in an advisory capacity to the CAG they are formed under. A requirement that a meeting must be canceled if a quorum is not met within 10 minutes of the scheduled start time of the meeting or within 15 minutes under agreed upon special circumstances. This situation arose at least 9 times in 2023 among the CAGs. In the interest of respecting the CAG volunteer time and guest speakers, this change is recommended. The CAGs must follow Robert's Rules of Order, not Rosenberg's rules, in alignment with the Measure M requirements. And a clerical change to provide clarity that a staff representative from the City Manager's Office, City Attorney's Office, and City Clerk's Office shall be present at the annual meeting of the CAG chairs to review the bylaws. These are designed to promote CAG efficiency and effectiveness by emphasizing active participation, timelines, and focused efforts and activities. All proposed changes are identified and read on attachment number 1. The draft bylaws being proposed for approval were sent to all CAG members for review and awareness on November 13, 2023. Since the approval of the bylaws in 2022, staff from the City Manager's Office and City Attorney's Office have continued work to increase effectiveness and make CAG volunteer time valuable. To date, the following outcomes have been achieved: created standardized bylaws and completed the annual review, standardized documents for all CAGs, including agendas, minutes, meeting cancellations, staff reports, recommendations from CAGs to council, and presentation templates, trained CAG chairs and staff support on the annual report process, resulting in 3 annual reports presented to council in 2023, trained staff and chairs on their respective powers and duties, agenda items in support of their powers and duties, creation and purpose of ad hoc committees, and responsibilities related to presiding over a CAG. Implemented ongoing training for all commissioners, including anti-harassment training, ethics training, parliamentary training, and Bylaws Brown Act and powers and duties training provided by the Attorney's Office. Compliance with requirements outlined in the bylaws and Sunshine Ordinance, including City Attorney's Office review of all agendas, meeting agenda posting deadlines, and reporting attendance to the Clerk's Office, and established a process for onboarding new commissioners upon appointment. Staff will continue to provide ongoing support to CAG chairs, commissioners, and staff support to ensure compliance with training procedures and policies and ensure their efforts are focused and supportive of their powers and duties. This concludes my presentation. Staff will be available at the committee meeting to address any questions. Thank you for your time.